What's going on, everyone? It's Mike back again from Blackpool. Yeah, loving life, love the decor. It's fantastic. Yeah, we're going into a game against Forest tomorrow that I'm not really looking forward to. Forest going into it on the back of a win. First win in the Premier League. 16 signings, over £1 million spent on good players. Like, this isn't a team that's just wasted their money. This is good players doing potentially a very good job under Cooper, who, to be honest to him, he's been a good manager. He's done well so far. He's went into that side, which were, I think they were bottom. I'm sure he was bottom after like 8 games or something, or 7 games last season. And they ended up getting promoted. And he's gone strength to strength. So he'll be using this as an opportunity, to be fair to him. And look, I really do think that he's going to go into the game aggressive. He's going to think that Everton haven't got that striker they need, or haven't got that creativity, and he's going to think, right, if you can score 1 against Everton, you're going to have a chance at winning. And I can't argue with that logic, because Everton don't look like they can score in games. We've struggled against Chelsea, we've struggled against Villa, and as much as Frank did say earlier in his press conference that, he can, we should have scored against Villa and we should have scored against Chelsea. That's how we didn't, and that didn't generate the points, and that didn't give us the results that we probably wanted or deserved or needed. Defensively, we've looked absolutely fine, but you can look fine and still concede 3 goals in 2 games. That form will concede over 100 goals, and then you'd go down. So unless you're going to score goals and start keeping clean sheets, you're going to struggle. We've had a really tough start. Villa and Chelsea were very, very tough games to start the season. We've just got to be better in this game. Everton, in my opinion, have to take 3 points, because if we don't, with the fixtures that we've got in the last 6 games, if you look at the next 6, the last 3 games of those 6 are against teams like Arsenal and Liverpool and Man United, and they're games that Everton probably will struggle in. We've been linked with various players. Kudas from Ajax, a player that has been linked quite heavily, and apparently Everton are in the final stages of signing. Look, fine, good. We need players. We really need a striker. Lampard said today in his press conference that there isn't that urgency to sign a striker. There absolutely is. Calvert-Lewin missed 5 months of the season with injuries on and off. You've got Rondon, who isn't good enough, isn't probably even Championship good enough. So Everton absolutely need strikers, need players, need people who are going to stay fit and play for lots of games. That's what was so important signing Tarkowski and Coda. Everton need a striker that can do that. At the minute, all the players we're being linked with can't do that. They can't stay fit. They haven't got that durability. Even the strikers that we've been linked with have had dodgy injury records. We've been linked with Ollie Watkins today, a player that I would absolutely take, like 100% take. But even he has his injury problems. So we've got concerns. We just need to address it. We need to do something to change it. And Everton are going to have to be smart. They're going to have to think and box clever. Because if they don't, we'll be in a relegation battle. Mashiri said at the start of the window, judge me at the end of the transfer window. Well, at the minute, I am judging you, because I don't want to judge you after 4 games. I want to judge you from the season starting. And at the minute, we've lost 2 games. We've conceded 3 goals. We've scored 1. And Everton are sitting 18th in the league. It's not good enough. And yes, the start has been Chelsea and Villa away. I appreciate it's difficult, but we've got to now turn it on now. We've got to go and get some results, and that has to start on Saturday. And Frank's got a big job. He's got the task of deciding whether he's going to start Anana, if he's going to keep Iwobi in the centre of midfield. Is he going to go with that 3 in midfield because Doucouré is injured? Is he going to put Allen straight into it? Who knows? Who genuinely knows what they're going to do? But what I would say is, from an attacking standpoint, Rondon has to start. Rondon 100% has to start, because if Rondon doesn't start, we're going to be toothless up front. We won't be able to hold the ball up, and we saw that against Villa. And it all changed as soon as we saw it change the shape and we added that striker. So, yeah, we need to start Rondon. And whether it's Damari Gray, whether it's Gordon starting alongside him, it doesn't really matter to me. We need that vocal point. And one of the big areas for Everton that we're going to have to target is that defence of Forest, because they've signed decent midfielders, they've signed decent defenders, they've signed players that, you know, are capable of scoring goals and getting results in the Premier League. We've got to be clever. So my team's probably Pickford in goal, Mikalenko, Tarkowski, Cody, Holgate, who's looked really good. Really good. I've been really impressed with Holgate. And Patterson. Midfield, I'm going with Onana and Iwobi as the 2. I'm going with an attacking 3. I'm going with Dwight McNeil, Damari Gray, Anthony Gordon, and I'll go with Rondon up front. So I'm playing a 4-2-3-1, yeah. And that's because I hope that one of those 3 midfielders, those 3 attacking midfielders, will come in on the transition and make it what it needs to be made, basically. I've actually put too many players in. Like, I've put 12 people in my team. Honestly, I'm in Blackpool and the alcohol's affecting me. I haven't drunk. Yeah, McNeil would probably be dropped. Yeah, probably McNeil. So, yeah, so that, just revise that. You understand what I'm saying. For us to beat Forest, we've just got to contain them. They've got that quality in the middle of the park. They've got a goal scorer. They've spent a lot of money. You know, Morgan Gibbs-White, 25 million. The striker lad who I'll never pronounce his name, as you know, I do even worse attempts at Paul Merson to pronounce names. The striker that they signed for 17 million, you know, he got off the mark last week. He's going to be a goal scorer that will cause problems and get chances. So, yeah, Everton have got to have their wits about them in every single sense. And, you know, we've got to quiet the crowd as well. This is Forest. Forest will love coming to Everton because they'll see Everton as a traditional club like themselves. They'll see Everton as a staple of the Premier League, which we are. You know, we're not like other clubs that they've played already away from home who have been up and down in the Premier League, been relegated twice. Like, we're not that club. They will want to go to Everton, and I think they'll see it as a scalp. And they've got all the tools to do the job. Like, they really have. They're going to be feeling confident about staying in the league. My only hope is that our crowd got on the side. We get aggressive. We control the game. Onana steps in. Onana has to start, and Everton end up winning. We're gonna go with 2-0. So, yeah, guys, look, we're gonna leave it there. Thank you ever so much for tuning in. As always, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you soon. Peace.